Ramily, Ramily. The job got done. Welcome in. Post game live stream. Unfortunately, today I didn't live stream. Just wanted to enjoy the game. Had a busy weekend, busy morning, so I figured I'd come on, do a post game live stream. Well, let's start with what a game. Obviously, Cleveland Browns, number one ranked defense in the NFL. We knew it would be tough. Joe Flacco, kudos to him. Definitely better than DTR and PJ Walker. So that is definitely going to be their quarterback for the rest of the year. He has an arm. He spreads defenses. So really big um, plays Joe Flacco was making out there. Rams do end up winning this one though, 36-19. Let's look at some numbers. So we'll start with our guys. Matthew Stafford, 22 of 37, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns. In his past 2 games, he now has 7 passing touchdowns. So big ups to Stafford. Kyron Williams, monster game again, 21 carries, 88 yards, and a receiving touchdown, as well as 3 catches, 24 yards. Rushing touchdown he had. Puka Nakua left this game twice, actually. One for cramps, then one for ribs. Both times he came back. Both times after he came back, made big plays. The kid is tough as they come. Most players with these injuries would probably just leave, but Puka Nakua hung tough, toughed it out for us, really played a big part in our win because when Puka's out there, not only does he provide us great receiving, um, he's not just a great receiving threat. He obviously can run the ball out of the backfield and he can block. So Puka Nakua is very important to this offense. Great thing for him. He had 4 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown receiving, as well as 2 carries, 34 yards. He did have another big run in the fourth quarter that was called back by a Demarcus Robinson hold. But overall, kudos to Puka. The man, it was a fifth-round pick. How did he pass every team in the NFL and go to the round 5? I'm happy about it. Even us, why did we wait so long to take him? Whatever. We got Puka. God bless. Demarcus Robinson is taking Tutu Atwell's role. He had his biggest game as a Ram so far, 4 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Big game for Demarcus Robinson. Cooper Kupp still didn't hit 50 yards, but he had 6 catches, 39 yards, and finally a touchdown. So great news there. Obviously, Cooper is hurt. So, you know, it's good to see him do something other than just be a decoy, which is what I feel like he's been. He's obviously hurt. I would say he's around 60, 70% right now. Hopefully, every week that goes by, he gets better and better. But a good game nonetheless. Tyler Higbee had 2 catches, 35 yards. He did leave the game with a concussion, also hurt his hand. It's kind of funny. The commentators said it was a huge loss when Higbee left, and it's like, outside of last week, have you watched him all season? It isn't a huge loss. A lot of other guys you could consider a huge loss, like almost Puka Nakua. My heart was in my stomach. I thought it could have been bad. He was crying, walking off the field with trainers to the locker room, but I don't know. Most of the time you hear that, you don't hear them coming back, but he did come back. Royce Freeman, 1 carry this game, so it was weird, but obviously the passing game really was clicking today against the number one ranked team against the pass. Team stats, the Rams had 399 total yards. Cleveland Brownies had 327. 279 yards of ours was through the air, 120 rushing, 6.4 yards per play. Third down, 412. Got to sharpen that up. 62 total plays, 0 sacks allowed. That's the big thing. Now I get it. Myles Garrett definitely was playing very hurt, one shoulder. But end of the day, this team leads the NFL in pressures, and we were able to hold them to 0 sacks after again having allowed 0 sacks last week. So the Rams' offensive line has been stepping up big time. This game had a lot of penalties on each side. Each team had 7 penalties. Time of possession, Cleveland Browns had it for 34 minutes. We had it for about 26 minutes. So an 8-minute difference, and we still won. So big shout out to the Rams being very efficient when they did have the ball. The Browns obviously had a game plan in the second half to chew the clock. They chewed a lot of the clock, but obviously that didn't work out in their favor. Now you'll see the score 36-19. You think it was a blowout, but it was 20-19 because of a missed extra point by the Browns kicker. So this game was actually very close. It's just after the John Johnson interception, they had the ball down 1. John Johnson gets an interception. The Rams score. That's the Cooper Kupp touchdown. And then again, the Rams score again at the very end. A Kyren Williams touchdown. And then we get a safety at the end. Hey, what's up, Ayo? Thanks for dropping by, brother. Let's go. Huge win. So now the Rams are 6-6. This puts them in the 7th seed, but as of right now, Green Bay is beating the Chiefs 14-6. So if the Packers do end up winning this game, they will take over the 7th spot since we lost to them. Or should I say, Brett Ripon lost to them. Yeah, same. I was hoping that the 49ers could have lost. It would have made this even better. But hey, Arizona ended up winning too. I did predict them to actually beat Pittsburgh. So, that shows that we blew out Arizona. And obviously, we blew out a team that's still trying to win games. So, the Rams now at 6-6 really look like they can control their own destiny here. We probably have to go 10-7. I do think 9-8 you do have a shot, but I did predict us to go 10-7. I will stick with that. The Ravens and the 49ers game are the 2 games left of the 5 that really look the hardest. Washington, the New York Giants, and the New Orleans Saints are very winnable games. Obviously, any given Sunday, teams can really turn their season around. So I'm really hoping that we obviously could win out. That would be perfect. But 1 loss in these next 5 is fine. We can do 4-1. This Ravens game, obviously, I'll be dropping my pre-game preview this week. I need to look more into this game. They're coming off a bye week versus us. The NFL really love to throw teams coming off a bye to versus us this year. So it won't be easy. But this game wasn't supposed to be easy too, and we won by 17 points. My thoughts on the Rams offensive line. Great play today. 0 sacks allowed. Obviously, Havenstein had a hold there at the end. But other than that, we played pretty flawless. Then there was a false start on Coleman Shelton. That was obviously a mistake. That whole drive was weird. We had 3 false starts. I think it was Kupp, Puka, and Shelton all had false starts. Overall, I'll be honest, this is what I took away from the game. The offensive line is healthy. Alaric Jackson is healthy. It looks very good. Kevin Dotson, most underrated trade we've made in a while. The Rams are just studs at getting these guards. And I'm very happy. Stafford last two games has looked sharp. He's moving in the pocket better. He looks healthy, which is the big thing for us is health. Kyron Williams, he's an elite running back. The kid had so many plays today where he could have lost 2, 3 yards and he ended up getting 2, 3, 4 yards. He runs hard, 195 pounds, but he plays like he's 230. Monster. Super happy with him. He is the center point of this offense, and we need him to stay healthy. Wide receivers, Cooper Kupp, Puka, you know, can't have any complaints there. Obviously, Kupp's injured, so we have to understand that his stats aren't going to be what they were in the Super Bowl run, or even last year, or even the first two games this year that he came back. He's dealing with injuries. He's getting up there in age, so he's still a leader. And the way Puka's playing, I mean, Puka's pretty much our main weapon downfield now. Tutu Atwell, one catch today. He did draw a big pass interference. He's losing his role. Tomorrow I will check the snap counts and see what percent he played. But even last week, his snap count went down. Demarcus Robinson's taken over. Even Ben Skoranek, he's getting more plays. Ben Skoranek's a better blocker. And if you guys know, the Rams love wide receivers that block. You're not going to see the field much unless you're a wide receiver that goes out there and lays your body on the line and blocks. And Tutu Atwell is very small. He's probably 165, 170. And, we look for him on those deep passes, but him and Stafford really haven't been connecting as well as they did the first few weeks. But nonetheless, it's good to have Tutu there as a depth piece because injuries do happen. Defense. The one knock I have on defense is we need to get the pass rush going. We got it going late in this one. We got our first sack late and then a safety. But against a guy like Lamar Jackson, you're going to have to bring pressure. You're really going to have to set the edge. Michael Hoyt needs to step up. He's always out there in coverage, and it's a little tough at times watching him out there because he's 310 pounds covering slot receivers and tight ends. And it's a little sickening. I mean, John Johnson, he's been huge. The Rams are really not locking anyone in. You earn your playing time here. Darion Kendrick got his playing time back. Tutu Atwell is losing his playing time. There's no favorites here. You earn it on that field. And John Johnson took the starting safety role away from Russ Yeast. Russ Yeast is definitely still being utilized in dime packages, linebacker hybrid roles. Troy Reader's out there a little bit more than I'd like to see him out there. But Troy Reader brings some good voodoo with us. He did win a Super Bowl as a starting linebacker with us, so could be worse. Aaron Donald obviously played phenomenal, had a lot of stops in the backfield on the running backs. Joe Flacco caught him 2 or 3 times on some play actions that if Aaron Donald didn't fall for it, he would have annihilated Joe Flacco. But Joe Flacco's a veteran, a former Super Bowl champion, and he was a big test for our defense. I will say I'm surprised a team like the Jets didn't bring him back in. I think Joe Flacco could have definitely got them in the playoffs over Zach Wilson after the Aaron Rodgers injury. He's got a big arm. He spreads the defense. High IQ guy. Been in the league for a long time, so I think we would have won by even more. I don't think they would have even scored 19 with DTR in there. I think a rookie would have really struggled. He was a UCLA kid, so it would have been cool seeing him come back to Los Angeles. But overall, I think he would have got annihilated. We do very well against running quarterbacks, and hopefully we can do very well against Lamar Jackson this week. I will say, so here's the bad I had from our win today. Lucas Havrisik, horrible. horrible, horrible, horrible. He did make 2 field goals, but he missed one so off. And then last week he missed an extra point, and I just don't trust this guy. My confidence is on zero when it comes to this guy. Um, I really don't feel comfortable seeing him trot out there and kick a field goal. It's I feel the Rams need to get Mason Crosby back in house. We tried him out. I don't know why we thought that this kid Lucas Haversick would be the answer to our kicking woes. I mean, it's just so ridiculous that we let Matt Gay go. Um, you can't let an elite kicker go like that. You just can't. Um, it worked out today. We won big, but what if we're in a game? It's 20-20, and this kid is coming up to kick the game-winning field goal. Matter of fact, what if we're down 1 point and he's up there to kick even a 40-yard field goal? Confidence meter 1 through 10. How do you feel confident? How confident do you really feel? Me, maybe a 1, maybe. Kid kicks it far, but he's so inaccurate. Like even his extra points, man. It's just I get it. This is his first time kicking for an NFL team, but at 6-6, our margin of error is so slim. Like your kicker needs to be clutch for you. You need to feel confident in him. Um, I'm sure the Rams will be trying out kickers this week again. Like I said, Mason Crosby, that's who I would lean towards. On the Brown side, so I talked about our stats. Joe Flacco, if you if you know, and if you were watching the game, he was all the commentators. Yeah, Peo, same. Let's find someone else. Um, all they said, Flacco this, Flacco that, all game. It was getting super annoying. Like, all right, we get it. Joe Flacco starting at quarterback. Thank you for letting us know every damn possession. He was 23 of 44, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then that interception to John Johnson, which was incredible. He played for the Cleveland Browns after um, his tenure with the Rams, and then he came back to the Rams this year and gets a huge interception because at that point it was 20-19. And I mean, thank you, John Johnson. Big play. You can see what Joe Flacco was thinking on that throw. He wanted us to get out of that zone, but Darion Kendrick and John Johnson stood there with Elijah Moore the whole route. And this isn't Taylor Rapp safeties anymore. So big kudos to those guys. Kareem Hunt had a big game, 12 carries, 48 yards. Jerome Ford, not really utilized as much as I was expecting, 9 carries, 19 yards. He did have the big touchdown to start the game, and he had 3 catches for 33 yards. Elijah Moore, 4 catches, 83 yards. Amari Cooper did leave this game with a concussion. He had 3 catches, 34 yards. So was a big loss for Cleveland to be without Amari Cooper because he started this game off hot for them. But then there was a big tackle by Russ Yeast, and maybe it was Ahkello Witherspoon or Darion Kendrick, and they kind of sandwiched um, Amari Cooper, and you could tell he was fuzzy, and obviously he has a concussion. Harrison Bryant, a tight end, right? A tight end killed the Rams. You would think it would be David Njoku, who had 2 catches, 17 yards, but it was Harrison Bryant, who had 5 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Same thing. Tight ends just kill the Rams. We just get annihilated by tight ends. Um, even like against the Colts. Had that guy Grayson and Mo Willie Cox had a touchdown. Like when it comes to tight ends, we struggle. Ravens will not have Mark Andrews this game. He's out for the year. So Isaiah Likely is the tight end we'll have to watch out for. But if Harrison Bryant can do it, any tight end can do it against us. That is a big weakness of the Rams, though, is containing these tight ends. I feel we do very well against wide receivers for the most part. Our secondary has been holding their own. One thing that seems to be happening all the time is the Rams give up a lot of touchdowns on their first possession, on team's first possession. Happened last week against Arizona, and it happened today against Cleveland, and I believe it happened against Seattle too with DK Metcalf. So 3 games after the bye week, we let opening teams go down and score touchdowns. So we adjust after that. So I'm learning to not stress it out. Like, all right, might as well spot them 7, knock off 5-6 minutes off the clock, and then we'll see what they're gonna do the rest of the game. So 6-6. I feel good. I want to hop on here, do a quick live. I usually do videos, but I'll probably be busy tomorrow. So I just wanted to hop on. Ramley, everyone, thank you for hopping in. Close to hitting 900 subscribers. So I appreciate everyone that's been subscribing. Just started my own channel pretty much, I think, September 1st. After doing content with other sports networks. So thanks, Peo. I appreciate you, brother. So yeah, me and Peo will be doing a collab soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be coming out with some YouTube shorts. Just dropped the Torrey Holt one. Torrey Holt, Hall of Fame, baby. Let's go. All right, Ramley. That's it for me. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. My boy Ramsaholic, and I'm out.